welcome back. We're still on the series on bug out bags and the plan, getting ready to talk about something that you really need for long-term survival. This is extremely important, so stick around and find out what it is. Okay, welcome back. We've talked about shelter, we've talked about water, we've talked about food, fire. Now this next thing we're talking about is something that's really going to be beneficial for the long-term survival needs in the event of a serious bug out. Now, what is it that is such an important aspect to our long-term survival? It's going to be naturalist skills. The skill sets on making fire, making shelter, just all around outdoor woods skills. There are many ways to come up with this. There are books that you can include in your rucksack. There are apps you can put on your phone. But most importantly, you need one-on-one personal skill work. You need to go out and practice these skills. It would benefit you tremendously if you would take a class, because watching something on a video on YouTube, reading a book, those things are great and it will help give you the knowledge, but to actually put it to use, you're going to need to practice it. And the best way to practice it is having somebody to guide you that knows what they're doing. If you have a friend that really knows these skills, then by all means utilize that. But there are a lot of different survival schools and courses all around the country and the world for that matter. So I would advise you to take a class. Take a vacation and go to a survivalist class. Learn about the art of making fire with bow drills, with all of the different methods, whether it be the fire saw or whatever, how to build different types of shelters out of natural materials, the debris shelters and stuff like that. The things that will help you survive long term. Learn how to set up traps. Learn how, and not only how to set the trap up, but where to place the trap. How to make the traps for different types of game you might be using. How to design the traps depending on what types of game you're looking for, locations. There are edible plants, mushrooms, different things like medicinal plants. Learn those things in a situation with somebody who's skillful and knows what they're doing, so that when you get pushed out into a situation like that, it won't be difficult for you. A lot of times it's difficult to identify a plant that's edible because there might be, there's actually several poisonous varieties that are identical matches, and there's just a few small things you need to check to see that if it's of the poisonous variety or one you can eat. You don't want to be in a survival situation and try to guess which one it is. It's always best if you have some good training in advance and then practice the skills as well. So again, the whole idea of this series is to plan what you're doing. Sit down and determine what it is that you're most likely going to come up against. Then you're going to choose what you're going to do, whether it's going to be bug in or bug out. If you're going to bug out, where are you going to bug out to? You want to plan and gather equipment and supplies to make that happen. You want maps, you want compasses, you want to practice your plan that you set up. You want to set up caches along your route so that you can resupply. Once you get to your bug out location, you want a cache of food that's going to not only resupply what you had to start with in your pack, but will sustain you for a while you get things set up, like traps and do fishing and prepare your hunting and to prepare to go hunting. But you want to go ahead and get all that stuff done, practice it, so that when in an event that it really necessary for you to go out and bug out, you will already have it down pat, and it will be more like second nature. It'll be smoother, more comfortable, and you won't be as stressed because you're more confident in your skills and your ability and the equipment that you have. As you go through this scenario, you're going to realize that maybe you have some items in your pack that you don't particularly need, or you need something better than that. You might want redundancy items because of a failure or something that you might have had while you are on your bug out scenario. So practice these things, because that will really help you figure out what you're going to need and how to go about doing it. Another thing is, don't just plan your bug out practice when it's 70 degrees and clear skies. Go out and do different times of the year, because you can't determine when the event's going to take place that you're going to have to bug out. So go ahead and try it in the winter, try it in the spring or the fall, maybe during the rainy season. Might be a little uncomfortable, but at least that will help you determine what is most important for you to carry, so that in the event that the weather turns bad on you, you'll have the things necessary to survive. So hope these videos have helped. We'll move forward and we'll go in depth into each step, whether it be the water, the shelter, the food, the fire. We're going to show different methods. We're actually going to have videos on how to do each thing, so that you will get a little bit of an idea. But again, watching videos is a great way to gain knowledge, but you need to get out and do it and practice it to be good at it. So we'll see you in the next video, and until then, stay safe.